In Leachfield, Kentucky, a simple household chore turned into a bloodbath before the sun even went down. Police arrived to find a father dying on the floor, and the suspect they never expected.
Where's the person with the knife?
My son.
He's in the garage in there? Hey, EMS all the way, man. He was outside? Yeah.
He was.
What's he wearing?
Sit tight.
The killer wasn't a hardened criminal or an intruder. He was a 15-year-old boy sitting quietly in the dark, and the motive was something so petty, it felt like a sick joke.
Sheriff's office, hands in the air now. Hands in the air, step out.
As deputies swarmed the property, the urgency shifted from the arrest to the dying man inside. Timothy Joshua Higdon was losing blood fast, and the clock was ticking.
Is there any way I'm allowed?
Hang on. Dispatch, we've got him secured. Send EMS to the front door.
Is there any way I'm allowed to come to the hospital?
Yeah, we can work it out, okay?
Take a look here. I'll need a stretcher.
Stretcher, got it.
All the way in?
Yeah, bring it all in.
While one team prepped a trauma kit, others moved to secure the teenager, Ethan, who was found hiding in the garage. He didn't look like a murderer. He looked like a terrified kid in a camouflage hoodie.
Hands are small, your back.
There was a big fight between both of them.
He came at me first. He came at me.
Stop speaking.
We'll figure that. We'll figure that out.
A minute, we'll work with safety for right now. You got any weapons on you?
No, I just had my phone
Where's
in my right pocket.
Your phone's in your right pocket.
Listen
Listen to me. You have the right to remain silent. If you say, can be used against you in the court of law.
Ethan was handcuffed and read his rights, but the officer's focus remained on the father. Joshua was clinging to life, gasping for air as paramedics rushed his stretcher into the house.
What's going on?
You've been stabbed, buddy. You've been stabbed in the back. It's gonna be okay, though. I'm gonna get you to the hospital, okay?
You have to go get it. Where you guys want to see the knife was?
I just seen him go out the back door.
So you seen him go to the back door with the knife?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get him loaded and we'll worry about that, okay?
The house was a crime scene, but the investigators were struggling to find the murder weapon. They knew a knife was used, but the yard and the garage were empty.
I don't see anything laying out like obvious.
All right. He was covered in blood.
I checked where he was standing in there. I didn't see anything there either.
If he threw that out in the yard, Sean's dog has helped me find guns before.
Don't holler at him. See if he can see how he do with blood. Thank you, sir. All right. So, hop back and photograph where he found him.
While the father was rushed to the hospital, deputies began the grim task of piecing together the why. They turned to the brother, Luke, who had watched the entire domestic explosion from the hallway.
Where did this fight happen at here?
Yes, right here.
So this is where he collapsed at?
This is where they had each other bound.
Okay. What was
When they fight, it is not good, ever. But they've never hit each other. They punched and spilt lemonade. That's why I had all this stuff pulled out over here. Lemonade went everywhere. And Josh, my husband, got upset about it.
The triviality of the trigger was staggering. A crooked lid on a pitcher of lemonade led to a screaming match that escalated into a physical war between a grown man and a teenager.
I come out here to take out the trash because that's my chore for this week. And they were arguing, and I found out what the argument was about is because Ethan was saying that he didn't do it, it wasn't his fault and all this, and it was just a back and forth on, yes you did, no you didn't, pretty much. And then Ethan kind of got riled up about it and got in his face, and my dad was like, getting in my face.
Luke described a scene of grappling and chaos that ended the moment the father realized his own son had crossed a line there was no coming back from.
Started right there and got all the way over there. It looked like my dad was on top, and it looked like Ethan slung him over and got on top of him. I didn't know what was going on, and then Dad says, "Did he just stab me?" And I just started freaking out. I go over there, there's blood everywhere, and Ethan comes over here to the sink and cleans off his knife and then walks out the door.
The investigation took a sharp turn when the deputy walked into the kitchen. The evidence wasn't hidden in the woods, it was sitting in the open.
I think that's what he did. He had the water on.
There's the, hey, I found the knife. It's in the sink.
Where's your blood?
Oh, left the handle. Hey, we found the knife.
Back at the station, Ethan sat in an interrogation room, still believing he was a victim of a bad fight. He spoke calmly, detailing a history of tension and a desperate need to defend himself.
He yells my name because he was, I was the last one seen get the lemonade out. And he's like, "You spilled the lemonade," and he's just all so mad about it for no reason, like just outrageously mad. Like more mad than I've seen him mad like ever for the most dumbest thing. And then I could have swore I thought I put the top on. He was like, "Apparently you did."
Ethan claimed the knife wasn't even on him originally. He said he grabbed it from his room only when he felt the physical threat was escalating beyond his control.
I thought something was going to happen, so that's when I grabbed the knife, but then I put it in my pocket because I wasn't going to use it until actually something happened, until I thought that I needed it.
So you didn't have the knife in your pocket originally, it was in your
I
room?
thought I needed to actually use it because there's no reason to. But then I did because he pushed me. I just wanted to get away from him because he was just getting on my nerves. He was yelling at me. And then he pushes me again. Like, I tried to get out of my room.
In Ethan's mind, he was the underdog fighting for survival against an older, stronger man. He didn't realize that a pocket knife doesn't just stop a fight, it ends a life.
So then I finally moved him out of the way. Not hard or nothing at all. Slightly moved him out of the way so I can get out of my room. Tries to get me on the ground. And that's where I push him and then start defending myself. And then he tries to get me on the ground again. I'm like, no. And then that's when I stab him because that's when he hit me in the nose. So I stab him because he hit me in the nose and he was trying to get me to the ground.
The deputy listened, but his phone rang with an update that would change the teenager's life forever. The shock Ethan felt was about to get much worse.
Ethan, explain something to you, buddy, okay? This is on me. You can hear? But I gotta tell you. Stepdad didn't make it. He had passed away. Don't know what's gonna happen. Charges or anything like that. I went to call a court-designated worker.
The weight of the situation finally crashed down. The teenager who thought he was just swinging back was now facing a lifetime behind bars for the death of his stepfather.
Charges.
I'm just making sure that you're aware that your charges changed.
I didn't know.
Do you now?
Well, yeah, now I did.
Okay. Alright, so you know instead of attempted murder, they're charging you with murder. You'll have a court date on Thursday at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't bring you to court.
Timothy Joshua Higdon was stabbed 6 to 7 times. Despite Ethan's claims of self-defense, the sheer number of wounds told a story of uncontrolled rage rather than a simple escape.
So he has 2 citations. He's got the original charges of attempted murder, assault 1, and tampering. As the second citation for murder. Tell him he'll try to be a knife. Even to let you pull up, man.
Ethan was eventually released on a $10,000 bond to his biological father's care, but the community is torn. Half see a boy who was pushed to the brink, the other half see a killer who took a life over a spilled drink.